everybody. 2 days from the premiere of season 2, and we have a new clip. Actually, this is a clip of something I have been excited to see. Like, no, it's not the Skrill, but here's a clip released from the Spiderwing episode. So let's get going on it. First, we've got everybody's like kind of concerned, kind of skeptical. I really wish they would like trim down on Thunder's feet, but at the same time, how much can they do without issues now that we've already got the design, you know? But yeah, we have these dragons, and I should probably check where we are on volume here so we can hear something, you know? And then we see our spider dragon. Now, in the trailer, I saw that we had like a scorpion tail thing going on. Like, we've got a scorpion tail with a sea urchin on the end. I'm like, okay. So I guess we do have like, it's kind of ankylosaur-ish, which is kind of dinosaur-ish, which is kind of apparently the early dragons are supposed to be ish. So at the same time, it's like, so it's not the same as a scorpion tail. Like, we've got that going on here. And they're just kind of watching it.
Come on, pal. Let's take care of this and get this guy home. Oh, no.
So apparently this isn't their first time seeing this dragon. They know where its home is. So we've got something going on here. But we have
He's going back to his cave.
We have an argument. I feel like we've got it looks like a spider, we don't want to deal with it, versus we want to take care of it sort of thing. Poor dragon just like not liking this whole situation.
Guys, stop it. You're scaring him.
Exactly. And they don't just like, oh my goodness, their faces. Like, oh, of course they're scaring it. They're bigger than it. Like, come on. Of course, the one person, like the two people who are in this situation, the leads, are involved in this with the leads. This poor spider dragon, which is just existing, and June are the ones which are stuck with this problem. And now look what you did. A classic example of my philosophy that the fear of spiders is causing way more pain and problem and damage than actually spiders themselves. Like, this poor thing is terrified. And like, yeah, both, like, I will say both of the boys are equally at fault here, and hopefully throughout the episode they will both learn a little lesson on how to modify their behavior. I just feel like this was kind of uncalled for, but I'm like, but at the same time, these are young people. I'm just like, okay, like this isn't a bad episode situation, but at the same time, like, yeah, this is definitely a very clear learning opportunity for these two. Okay, that is something that made me very unnervous. Like, I used to have a tarantula growing up. Not growing up, when I was in college, and like spiders are way more fragile than you think they are. Like, if you damage their exoskeleton at all, like, they will die. Like, literally, there is diatomaceous earth, which is the fossils of single cell organisms, and like single cell cell walls is enough to damage things enough to kill them. And pulling off a leg, like, oh my goodness, like, yeah, if you got right on it with super glue, like, you can save your tarantula with a broken leg. And like, an interesting thing is, like, even when they molt, they can like bring back the leg, but at the same time, that's a tarantula, not a dragon that looks like a tarantula. Like, this is just a very interesting thing how a vertebrate organism could evolve to have invertebrate mechanisms. This is, yeah, I'm just like, but at the same time, the whole like we're pulling on the leg just like has me nervous, but obviously it was okay. He's a very, very stretchy dragon. I'm like, okay. I don't know. I love this too much. I want this to be a meme. I want this to be like a logo, or just like somebody Photoshop a platter of like cake on her hand. I love this still. I don't like. Wait a minute. Like, there's somebody in history who has purple eyes too, right? There's an H in her name. I'll have to look that up. People, please like comment below. Who is the person in history with the violet eyes? There's somebody with violet eyes. And why have I not noticed the Jew? Like, why am I? I'm just like, she chooses to wear a coat the same color as her eyes. It's a very interesting fashion statement, though at the same time, if you had violet eyes, you'd want to show it off. And this definitely, yeah. I'm sorry. I am just in a very weird headspace today. And like, she's freaking out. Like, she's freaking out with this freaking out dragon on her head. And these two are just like, just watch. They're just like, I love their facial expression. They're just like, okay. Hello. I just love it. There we got both icy hot at the same time.
Relax! I have a spider dragon on my head! If it's any consolation, you wear it well?
Okay. That is also, I love this. I love these facial expressions too much.
Give it a little zap, just enough to get it off.
Okay. This is definitely a don't try this at home moment. Like, okay, first of all, electricity will tighten nerves. Like, I'll go in this another episode, but spider legs, like, they have a natural curled state. Like, they actually have to work to extend it. So this would cause the legs to contract. We have the claws going up into her chin. So the dragon's going to tighten on her head from that. And also, like, your brain focuses on electrical impulses, and you just yeah, you're like, this is very dangerous stuff, but it's a kid's cartoon. So it is fine. I'm just like, if you have something stuck on your friend's head, don't electrocute it, maybe? Just a thought.
Oh, that's making it worse.
Here, let me. The doctor is scared. I don't think it's mad. I think it's scared.
Yeah, you think? You tackled it. You're bigger than it. I don't know why he's saying it accusingly, because, yeah, and everybody else has been saying that he's been scared. I feel like this is going to be a character development moment on D'Angelo and this episode. Like, I hope so. Okay, I probably shouldn't say that, but I'm just like, okay, guys, chill. You guys are freaking out this dragon, which is the problem. But yeah, the dragon is scared. It's terrified. You see, like it's definitely staring at him. I wonder, like, is it been staring at D'Angelo the entire time? Well, but yeah.
Okay, calm down, little Spiderwing. I'll get you off.
Okay, now one thing about like spiders are very timid creatures, especially since so many things are so much bigger than them, and they are so fragile. Like they have to be like yeah, they're terrified of everything. It's kind of interesting. Um, one thing about to help like spiders, they sense things through their feet. At the same time, like this is a dragon that this is uh oh, I'm blanking on the word, coevolution, where we have two different lineages evolving to look similar. This is kind of like trying to compare a deer and a kangaroo, how they sense things, because they both evolved to have like similar ears and stuff and similar niches. It doesn't really, but at the same time, if it was going off of spider stuff, spiders they sense things through their feet. So to calm them down, you stroke their feet, and it helps them understand what's going on. And also especially if you can touch their feet so they can know who it is, because at least with tarantulas they actually have poor eyesight. This obviously has better, but it helps them sense and get a grip on this situation better. And you can tell like this one, it's placing its feet in a sensory position, so it may have stroking its feet may have calming effects too. Stroke their feet and then move gentle uh, move in gentle smooth motions. Like this guy, like D'Angelo.
Surgical removal. I'm gonna need a little looking.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to like. He obviously doesn't like the dragon, and I feel like, yeah. I wonder if he has arachnophobia. This would be interesting. We'll probably learn out earlier in the episode, so this will be interesting.
No, stop it. No one is zapping or leaking my head.
Just a tip: don't do things to your friends' heads without your friend's permission.
Find another way. Maybe if we bring it back to its home, it'll detach on its own. It's probably solitary, just like a spider.
There are some types of mm, orb weaving spiders that actually live in groups. So, but at the same time, the usual assumption with spiders is like I think like 99.9% of them are solitary. They'll actually eat each other if they get too close. But yeah, finally we have Alex coming with, I don't know, like everything, like I just like everything about this new season, this series is just making like everything I know just makes me love Alex more. I'm just like, I love Alex. So yeah. So yeah, this time we didn't have the climax. It looks like we have the inciting incident. We have, and I like the fact that like this isn't a these dragons are bad. The dragon is lost and scared out of its mind, and on June's mind, we have a bunch of kids reacting like young people who don't really know what's going on, like they are, like many of us are. Like I'm not, like I'm older than them, and I still feel like that sometimes. And it causes situations to get hairy at times, and then you can have learning experiences to try to overcome and try to prevent it in the future. I really hope that they take it in this light. So this will be good. Like they're definitely younger than me. This was not a this wasn't something that we were that was really a question before, but the question is which direction they go. And this is way more understandable, way less tacky than the Unicon episode. I'm excited to see where this goes, and I love the fact that the guys are going to have to save the girls from their own stupidity. I'm sorry, like this is just how I'm gonna have to call it. So I'm like, there we go. It kind of, and it's very much not like, from what I've understood, everything about these dragons, these spider dragons' behavior is more of a sympathetic versus and or a mixture of sympathetic and natural things. Like this situation is created to try to solve. I think we've got like a rivalry with Tom and D'Angelo. I wonder if they're like arguing over who's the leader of the group at this point. Like, oh my goodness. There is I'm like, so I'm wondering if we're going to have arguments over who's the leader because like he's the one who found the dragons first. His dad is the captain. I feel like the girls are going to be just trying to smooth things over. So I feel like we're going to have a lot of interpersonal dynamics going on, especially in the first little bit of the series. I feel like the first bit of the series will be interpersonal dynamics within the humans more focused, and then afterwards we'll be focusing more on the interpersonal dynamics of the dragons. And probably an intermix of both at all the time, but like different focuses. But this will be interesting because, like, okay, Hiccup was the son of a chief and he was kind of in charge, and then he was the chief. We don't really have, like, he is the son of the chief. He is the one who we'd probably assume to be the leader, especially since he's the first one. So yeah, I never really thought about the question of who is the leader. It's just like, yeah, Tom's the leader, but honestly, Alex is the leader, but no one is noticing that. I'm just like, she is our voice of reason. Like, this is gonna be very interesting. So yeah, we've got the spider dragons. I'm now just like my mind's spinning on like, yeah, what is this dynamic gonna entail, and how is it gonna change when or if other people find it? Because yeah, if it was officially found, I'm pretty sure he would be the one placed in charge. If any of them, honestly, probably be adults being put in charge. But I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't even think about that before. Though this kind of reminds me of the books where there was way more of a like the How to Train Your Dragon books where there was way more of a conflict between Hiccup and Snotlout over who got to be a chief. And honestly, like if I remember correctly, Monstrous Nightmare was a dragon that only the chief was allowed to train to tame. But Snotlout trained a Monstrous Nightmare when Hiccup did not, which caused lots of confusion. I feel like like Riders of Berk and Race to the Edge, they had way more influence from the book. And they had like a lot of book characters and stuff. Like from the books than the movie. Like the movie is like a really fun example of like the furthest from the book an adaptation has ever been while being one of the best movies ever. Like in all of the adaptation things, I just feel like, yeah, How to Train Your Dragon is just a very interesting take on that. But like we have a lot of callbacks from the books in the in the spin-off series, and I feel like we might be getting kind of a nod to the Hiccup and the Snotlout dynamic from the books with these two. So at the same time, like I'm not calling like okay, yeah, he's definitely their analog for Hiccup. I'm not calling D'Angelo Snotlout. Like him and Snotlout are. There are some cursory similarities. Like I like. I wouldn't really say that it's a long shot at all. Like I'm pretty sure like yeah, he is. They're like okay, we're trying to find someone to replace Snotlout. They made D'Angelo. At the same time, he's definitely very different. Like Snotlout would not be learning veterinary medicine, you know? Like he definitely has a lot more to him than Snotlout did. But I feel like we're definitely having this rivalry going. And yeah, I feel like we're gonna learn that he's arachnophobic. She's probably our typical like people are scared of spiders and don't want on your head. At the same time, she was also like back in the cave, so she probably. I feel like she's not the biggest fan of spiders either. It's like I feel like Alex is gonna be the one who's the least scared of spiders because like people who have a lot of things to fear usually realize that being afraid of spiders really doesn't isn't worth it, you know? Like okay, some spiders like yeah, there are some spiders where I'm like don't mess with the banana spiders, don't mess with black widows. Yeah, this is gonna be very interesting. Because yeah, I feel like these two are vying for leadership and Alex, yeah, I love Alex. And I don't like from like the trailer, I was hoping that they help work on Thunder a bit. I'm not a really fan of his design here right now either. Though I don't know, it's weird. He reminds me of some other types of dragons, and I'll probably go into that later. But yeah, this is. I'm trying to think of. I'm sure that there's like 15 things I missed. But yeah, this is my rundown of this clip from the Spiderwing episode. I am definitely way more excited of this episode than the Yukon episode, and I should not loop that. And yeah, it's coming out in 2 days, guys. Can you believe it? I hope you guys are excited. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to hear more. I need to get better at my ramblings, make him a little less rambly, and have a good day. Bye.